Hi, welcome to your prenatal strength training workout for today. With me, I have Angela, who is in her third trimester, and Joanna, who is in her second trimester. So these ladies are going to be showing some modifications for you along the way. And I will be showing you early pregnancy first trimester modifications, if any, for certain movements. So just keep an ear out for that and an eye out on our lovely models for today's class. Today's workout is going to be a total body strength training workout to prepare your body and your mind for labor and birth, and also build some good resiliency in the muscles for recovery from birth. But mainly it's going to be a good workout for you today, wherever you are in your pregnancy. So we begin sitting in a comfortable position, and you can use blocks, you can use a firm pillow, a bolster, whatever you have at home on hand. And also with us, we've got 3 resistance bands, a light, a medium, and a heavy band. You can use dumbbells in place of the bands, and if you only have maybe one band, a light and a medium, or just a medium band, you can use that 1 or 2 bands throughout the workout. So in preparation for what we're going to do to pump up the push muscles and get the whole body going through a really good, sweaty, satisfying workout, we're going to warm up a bit, focusing on those push muscles for this first segment of the workout. So just start in that comfortable seated position, cross-legged or feet together, knees apart, and just find yourself settling in for a moment here. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out. Start to engage those abdominal muscles a little bit as you inhale, expanding them outward, letting baby nestle down into the womb. As you exhale, give baby a little squeeze, a little hug hello. He or she is with you every step of the way today. Let's take one more cleansing breath just to really set the intention, settle in for the next bit of work. Good, and from there you can transition to all fours. We're going to come off of our seated position, come into tabletop, hands and knees, hands right under the shoulders and knees right under the hips, and we're just going to move into some cows and cats. Inhale, lift your chin and your tailbone and let baby nestle down into that womb again. As you exhale, catch the baby and lengthen through your arms, pushing the mat away from you. Beautiful, ladies. Inhale, melting the heart, letting the baby nestle down into the womb, lifting your gaze, and as you exhale, catch the baby first and then lengthen those arms. Find a good stretch in that upper back that tends to get really tight during pregnancy. Inhale one more time in both directions. And exhale, catch the baby, lengthen through the spine, the upper back. And let's find our way to a neutral position. From here, you're going to open up the knees about as wide as the mat. We're going to push back towards the heels on the inhale, right? We can walk those hands forward just a little bit more. We're going to do something called leapfrog. As you come on up off of your heels, you're going to squeeze the glutes along with that exhale. Really nice. Trying not to let the baby drop too far towards the mat on that exhale. Let's come on up on that exhale and really give those glutes a nice squeeze. Those glutes are really important push muscles. So first we just wake them up. We just turn them on, squeezing, squeezing. Maybe for the first time today, you're coming into a connection with your breath and your body. Gently warming up, waking up. One more time. Inhale as you drop back towards child's pose, and exhale. Squeeze those glutes, and then come right back to that tabletop position, being really gentle with those inner thighs as you bring the knees right back under the hips. From here, we're going to swing ourselves over onto our hip. So you can start on either hip, right, either leg that's going to be lifting to the side. We're going to do something called a side lying leg lift. So you're going to be reclining down onto your hand, right? So the ladies here are going to demonstrate for the setup. The bottom knee is going to be bent like a kickstand. Right? So you can put your head in your hand and really come all the way down. Really relax the upper body. Really relax the upper body. And so we're going to start lifting that top leg up and down. And with that bottom leg as a kickstand, you can really sort of roll yourself forward a little bit. If you need a little bit of support for the bump, you can place a blanket or a towel underneath just to bolster the baby a little bit. Really nice. So in this movement, we're really warming up those abductors. So ladies, we want to feel it on the outside of the leg, the stabilizing muscles from the hip all the way down towards the ankle, really getting a nice burn. Right, so Angela, you feeling that on the outside? Joanna, you feeling that on the outside? Oh, yes. Affirmative. Okay, so we're going to be here for just another few seconds. And the leg doesn't have to kick so high up. It's not about how high the leg goes. It's how tight you're making your hip that really counts here. So in 5 seconds, we're going to hold that leg at about hip height and pulse it out. Ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So hover that leg about hip height, and let's start going up and down. Ready? Your own pace, but try to go slow with it, whatever that means for you. Right? These aren't speedy pulses of the leg. The pulse simply means a 1-inch lift up and a 1-inch drop down. Up and down you go, really burning it up, right? And the feeling should be, why is this so hard? Right? The feeling should be, oh my gosh, it's burning. Right? So let that sensation just kind of flow right through the leg. Practicing that non-reactive response to the burn. Right? Remember what we're training for, labor and birth. So it's okay to make a facial expression. It's okay to respond to the pain a little bit, right? But we don't want to quit in the face of pain, right? We don't want to feel overcome by it. So pulse it out, ladies. You've got this for 5 more seconds. 4 more seconds. You're doing great. 3, trust me here. We're almost done. 2, slow count down. 1, now let the leg completely drop in front of the bottom knee. Yeah, and so you might want to just give your hip a little pat here, just to soothe it, right, and wake it back up. All right, so we're going to push up through our top hand, that strong push, and we're going to come into all fours. The same leg that you were lifting, you're going to kick it back, and we're going to do a quadruped leg lift. So that means all fours is where we start, and then we kick that same leg we were lifting to the side up and back behind us. You can point or flex your foot. Doesn't much matter to me. Wherever you need to be in that foot so that you feel that posterior chain of the leg getting really fired up, the hamstring even a little bit here, but mainly the glutes, squeezing it. Now let's try to keep our hips really level. And so to do that, think about putting more weight into the right hand so that you don't dip that hip down, right? And we also don't want to put too much weight in the left hand so that we're opening that hip up too much. Nice, even, level hip position here. And if you're feeling any straining in the front of your leg, make sure that you're breathing through it too. If you feel any straining, just limit the range. 5 more seconds. We got this. 4, we're going to pulse it out. 3, 2, 1. We hold and we pulse up, down, up, down, up, down. That 1-inch lift up and 1-inch drop down. Same as the abductor that we were working on the side. All right, so let's keep it going here. I didn't even do the side lying leg abduction, and I am totally feeling burnt out already. Ladies, you are warriors. Keep it going, up and down. We got this for another 5, 4, 3, it's a good burn, 2, and 1, really nice. Okay, so bring that knee down and just give the tail feather a little shake, shimmy it out. All right, so we're gonna switch to the other hip, right? So coming down onto the opposite hip, and yeah, facing the same direction, but coming onto the opposite hip, yep. Swing those legs around, all right. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to come down onto that hand again, same position in the upper body. Bottom leg is bent like a kickstand. Really bring it forward in front of you a little bit more, Joanna. Bring that knee forward, the bottom knee, bring it forward. The bottom knee, there you go. All right, and then we're going to begin that side lying leg lift. So we've been here before. We're going to go for the same burn. That's the good and the bad news together, right? The good news is that we know what we're doing now. We've been here before. We're familiar with it. The bad news is we're familiar with it, right? We know exactly what's going to happen here. It's going to be that awkward, painful, in the best possible sense, painful tightness in the hip. And we sit and we sleep on these muscles all the time. So they tend, especially during pregnancy, when you're sleeping on your side a lot, one side might feel really achy in the morning. Let's make sure we make that toe contact the floor. Angela, there you go. So a full range. Yes, let it get heavy. It's all good. This is good resistance that you're building by pushing up against the dead weight of your foot hanging there. Yes, so 5 more seconds. We're going to pulse it out. We got this in 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold hip height, and up and down you go. That's it. The control is the hardest part, not trying to speed through it. So really, Joanna, angle that hip forward a little bit more. Yes, there you go. A little rocking motion in that top hip. Letting baby just rest in place here. Again, use of a blanket or towel if you need it to support your bump. We don't want to feel those abs stretching too much and straining. All right, we've got 5 more seconds here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, drop that leg to the front and give it a nice little love tap. Wake it up again. All right, we're going to push through that top arm back into all fours. So come on up to the front of your mat again. Again, we've been here before, right? We know this feeling. We know what we're moving towards. So that opposite leg now going up and down. Got to kick that block out of the way. Give myself that full range, connecting to the floor at the bottom, getting that glute to squeeze as tight as possible. I always say it's not about the height. It's about how tight you're making that muscle feel as you lift the leg. Squeezing the glutes. How we feeling? Good. In unison, too. They're not paid for that response, by the way. It hurts so good, right? So feeling that good burn. Now spread the fingers, press the knuckles down. There you go, Angela. Beautiful. We're going to get ready for that pulse in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hard to believe we're still warming up. Still warming up, but we're feeling it. It's no doubt a workout. Faux show. Very nice, ladies. Let's keep pulsing it out. And again, being the person who didn't even do those sideline abductor lifts, I'm still feeling that burn. So I really imagine how y'all are feeling out there. The side of the leg burning, the back of the leg burning. We go for 5 more seconds. Stay with it with control. The breath, 2. Keep the breath in control. Nice and relaxed. 3, 2, 1, and drop the knee. Open up the knees. Warm up is done. We're just going to push back to child's pose and reach those arms out. Now, if you have lower back pain, very common during pregnancy, sciatic nerve issues, SI joint issues, just leave a little bit of space between your hips and your heels and just elevate the glutes a little bit off of the heels. All right, and so we start to walk ourselves back on the exhale. Roll the shoulders back, take a sip of water, and we get ready for our first meaty circuit of our workout. We're going to begin with planks. Okay, so moving right along, we're going to begin our first main circuit with planks. So let's talk about the core for a second. While you're pregnant, it is still there. You still have abdominal muscles. They are stretching. They are definitely taking a new shape, but we can safely work into the abs. Today, we're really going to be focusing on breathing into them, right? So let's practice 1 round of a diaphragmatic breath, just sitting on our knees here. So you're going to take an inhale, and again, let the baby kind of nestle down into the womb and expand the abs out. As you exhale, you want to get a sense of kind of hugging the baby up towards your heart. You feeling that a little bit? Let's do 1 more just to make sure we got to inhale, expand out and down through the womb, and then exhale, hug baby in a little bit. Really nice. Okay, so we're going to try that in a plank position. We have 3 modifications. For the 3rd trimester, what I want you to try today is a kneeling plank position. Angela here is going to be demonstrating that. For a 2nd trimester, you're going to be doing something called a hover hold. Joanna's going to be demonstrating that. I'm going to demonstrate just a standard plank, but we're going to be using a block between our inner thighs. If you don't have a block at home, you can use a firm pillow, a rolled up towel, something that you can squeeze without it pancaking and getting squished. All right, so take whatever you've got, and you're going to stick it between your inner thighs and that fleshy part of the inner thighs. We're going to come into a high plank first in that kneeling, hover, or standard position. If you have planks in your practice and you're in the second and third trimester, please feel free to do the variation that works best for you today. All right, ladies, are we ready? So the first time we do this, we're going to count 4 breaths. 4 breaths. Ready and begin. So 1 inhale and exhale. As you exhale, give the block a little extra squeeze. Second breath in. Let the baby drop down a little bit and exhale, hug baby in and wrap your legs around that block. Let a third breath, not the last breath, inhale and exhale, squeeze. Love hearing that breathing, it's awesome. Last one here, inhale and exhale. Give that block a squeeze and then drop to your knees. Amazing. Take the block from between the inner thighs and just give the adductors, the inner thigh muscles, a little bit of a rest. Next plank, we're going to do on our forearms. So the same modifications for third and second, and also for the first trimester, but on the forearms, okay? Ready to give it a go for 6 breaths here. So we're upping the ante for the core here by increasing the time. Ready and begin. 6 breaths. Take an inhale and exhale, squeeze. Breath 2, in and out. Breath 3, in and out. Are you feeling that flow of breath in and out? 2 more, in. Are you feeling that subtle movement and contraction of the ab muscles, wrapping around and lifting the baby up and in? Exhale, and then drop those knees down. All right, give the inner thighs a little rest. How did that feel? Good, okay, obviously effective. So third plank, we're gonna do for 8 breaths, back to that high position on the hands. Are we ready? Let's go, 8 breaths. Doing great at home, ladies. Let's lift up through the core muscles. Second breath in and out. In control here, in and out. This is all you, in and out. Halfway through, 4 more, in and out. Last 3, I'm feeling the shakes, in and out. That block really facilitates a pelvic floor lift when you squeeze it on the exhale. Okay, last breath here, in. Stay strong and out. And drop the knees, sit back, release the inner thighs. Okay, final plank, 10 breaths. We got this, we can do this. On the forearms, once again, are we ready? Yes. Roll the shoulders back a few times before we get back into that position. Okay, let's grab that block. Let's get into it. Forearms, final plank here. Lift and breathe in and out. In and out. In and out. In, moving to that halfway point, and out. Number 5 here, in and out. Got this, 5 more. Let's get to 1, 5. And out. 4. Don't even think about quitting here. We got 3. And out. Last 2, in. The struggle is real. The shakes are good and on purpose here. Last one, in and out. Really nice. Drop back and get rid of that block. Okay, so take a moment here to let the blood come back down into the lower half of the body. We don't want to stand up right away after being face down. Okay, so no matter what stage of pregnancy you're in, especially the very beginning of pregnancy, you can get those dizzy spells when the blood pressure fluctuates suddenly. So let's take another breath in and let it go. We're going to come to stand. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to squat for 10 reps and we're going to do bicep curls for 10 reps. So come on up. The squat that we're going to do is called a plie squat with a leg lift. So it looks like this. For the first trimester, you're going to take it slow, drop as low as you can, kick as high as you can, alternating those legs. For a second trimester modification, what I want for you to do is squat, drag your foot in, and lift. Keep things nice and stable and controlled. That's second trimester. Third trimester, what you're gonna do is bring the feet in just a little bit closer than you would for the squat, and you're gonna go for leg lifts without the squat, leg lifts. Ooh, that was hard to do, right? So when you lift that leg, make sure you're squeezing the glute of the opposite leg that you're standing on. All right, we ready to go? All right, so we're gonna start here with 10 reps. I'm with you all along throughout this. Ready, and begin. Inhale as you drop. Exhale as you drag or just lift that leg up. Inhale and exhale. That's 2, 3, 4. You follow at your own pace. 5. If I'm going too fast for you, it's okay, take your time. 6, 7, meet yourself where you are at today. 8, lifting that leg as straight as possible, squeezing the glute of the opposite leg, the one that you're standing on. Last one. All right, now you're gonna grab your medium band. So whatever you've got that you deem medium today, our medium is our green band, you're gonna get into a bicep curl position. So step on the band, both feet on, 1 foot off if you're on the taller side and you just need a little less resistance. So 10 reps here. Just a standard bicep curl, exactly. Keeping the elbows tucked into your side. I'm gonna count the reps for you. But again, if you're going a little slower or faster than me, more power to you, you can get a few more reps in, it's all good. So I'm gonna go for 4 more reps. You catch up with me wherever you are. 3, 2, now you're gonna hold the last one, a 90-degree hold. Imagine holding a tray of food in front of you. Great, so we don't wanna crush our bump, we wanna hold our hands here. I know, this is still working the biceps. You're going to pull your shoulders open by squeezing the shoulder blades and then return back to that tray holding position. Open for 2, we're gonna go for 10. 3, this is shoulder rotation, external opening, external rotation and opening of the shoulders. This is really working on the posture. So improving and correcting that posture, really squeeze the shoulder blades open. We all need this, not just during pregnancy, but every human being needs this in their life. Last one. All right, ladies, we're gonna get rid of that band for the time being and go back to our squats. Second set of 3. We go in 3, 2, and 1. Inhale and exhale to push. Remember that mantra? It's one I use often during my workouts, during my classes, for preparing for the big push, right? So using that exhale to push yourself up out of that squat. Really nice. We go for 5 more. 5, squeeze and lift. 4, nice ladies, great Angela on those single leg lifts. Good, last one, and done. Okay, bicep curls for 10, plus that external rotation. Okay, here we go in 3, 2, and 1. You take your time setting up if you need to. Just catch up whenever you are ready. That's 2, 3. Let's not let those shoulders slouch forward. Good, and 5, halfway. How we doing? Good. 5, 4. We're so in sync today. 3. Good, slight bend in the knees here. 2, and 1. All right, holding that tray, and then open up the shoulders. 1. Squeeze those shoulder blades. 2, I always like to think of a stress ball that you're squeezing between the blades, or a lemon that you're juicing, something that you know you have to kind of squeeze the life out of to make it work. So squeeze the space between the shoulder blades. Last couple here. That might be more than 10, but that's okay. We got this. We're strong enough. All right, drop that band and ready for the third set. Final set. Ready and begin. Now, as you're moving through, if you want to try one of the other modifications that's outside of your trimester, none of this is like clockwork. Every body is different. Every pregnancy is going to feel different for everybody. So what you're feeling in the early first trimester might actually be made to feel better by doing a third trimester modification that Angela's doing. If you're just feeling a little too open in those hips right now, a little too loosey-goosey. Sometimes in the beginning of pregnancy, things get very shifty. All right, so let's do a couple more here just to seal it in. Good burn for the inner thighs, the quads, and the glutes. Beautiful, 1 more round of biceps. Okay. to the finish. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Roll the shoulders back and curl. So the slight bend in the knees is really good for maintaining a very stable, solid base to support your baby. I always like to call it the high chair position. You kind of sit your butt back like you're leaning on a high stool, and it gives your baby a little lap to rest on. So as I'm talking, you know, I always do this. I lose count, but that's okay because, you know, me losing count is working to your advantage. So we're strong enough. We're going to do a few more, right? Yeah, that's way more than 10, but last one here. Hold 90 degrees, hands open, and squeeze those shoulder blades. This is it. Final big push for the biceps. Good. I'm counting here, I promise. Okay, so we are at the halfway point, and I am feeling it. Are you ladies feeling it? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, last 3. Let's keep it going. 2. Last big squeeze, and done. Amazing. Okay, back to the arms next, but let's take a sip of water, shake everything out. All right, and we move on. From booty and biceps, we're going to move on to the chest and the upper back. The shoulders are going to find their way in here too. So just a heads up, you're definitely going to be feeling the burn here. But our emphasis is really going to be the chest. Think the muscles that line the sports bra or a tank top. And then our upper back, meaning the area between the shoulder blades, which is also what we were working when we were doing those bicep curls with the held position and opening our arms. So same muscle group there, but we're going to start with a chest fly, 30 seconds each. Let's get into that lunge position. The band goes under the back foot. If you're using light weights, you're just going to have them in your hands with an underhanded grip. I would suggest something like a 2.5 to maybe 5 pounds max for this one. All right, so here we go, 30 seconds on the clock. Are we ready, ladies? We go in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeezing the chest, keeping the arms as long as possible. We use that front leg like a launch pad. So we put the weight into the heel, not into the ball of the foot. Make sure you can wiggle those front toes. So we are past the halfway point. Take it slow here, especially on the first round. Just learning that movement, squeezing around the heart, wrapping the arms around the front of the body. We've got 3, 2, and 1. We're going to try to make a quick transition here. You're going to ravel the band up in your hands. Make sure it's taut all the way through. Come into a high chair position with the feet slightly wider than the hips. You're going to open up the band, squeeze the shoulder blades, keep the arms straight the whole time. Go slow-mo here, nice and controlled. Okay, so we're working our way through the first 30-second round. Got 10 seconds left. Feeling it in the shoulders, yes, I'm sure. We don't want this to be a pain in the neck, so really squeeze the shoulder blades. 3, 2, and 1. We simply go back to the beginning. Feel free to switch the leg that was in the front. Alternate. We're going to do 4 total rounds, so you'll get an even 2 rounds on each side. You just begin whenever you're set up for it. The clock keeps running, 30 seconds each. Move, and we account for that setup, of course, and that transition. So, full disclosure, I am not pregnant right now, and I am getting winded. So I can only imagine that if you are pregnant out there, which if you're watching this video and doing this workout, chances are you are, you're probably feeling that as well. Okay, let's go for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's go into that reverse fly or pull apart move. Taut band, let's pull it across the chest. Squeezing, and again, you pick up whenever you're ready. If you need a second to work the neck out a few times, to the right or the left. If you're feeling neck tension, I suggest doing the bobblehead, where you kind of like bobble the head around a few times. I'm not making that up. That was a recommendation from a physical therapist friend of mine. So it's a legit fix for that tightness that we sometimes get, that burning sensation, tension in the neck. All right, let's go for another 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3, 2 more rounds, and 1. All right, we go back to the first side that we were on. If you're switching those legs, lunging forward, ready, set, and go for it. 30 seconds on the clock. Exhale as you pull that band forward. We exhale, to support our exertion. Sometimes that's pushing, sometimes that's pulling. You got this, Joanna. I see you back there, lady. It's a good, worthy struggle. Keep it going. Remember, 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 when you're going through a painful moment in the workout, what you're training for. 3, there's only way through it, and that is through it. 3, 2, and 1. Sorry to put it so bluntly, but right, that is the truth of it. So here we go, pull aparts. We don't run away from the burn. We don't run away from the pain. We lean into it, squeezing those shoulder blades together. My eyes are on that clock. I promise you. You just keep on moving, Mama. You got this. Angela, how you doing back there? Good. Okay, awesome. Let's keep it going. Oh my gosh, my shoulders are on fire. How about you? Yep. Woo, okay. Give it a little shake. Keep on going. 5 more seconds. 4. Squeeze those shoulder blades. I know sometimes that shoulder burn can be really distracting. 3, 2, and 1. All right, we go back to our lunge. Last time around, we switch that leg. Our 4th and final round starts in 3, 2, and 1. Hug, hug, hug around that heart. That leg in the front, I mentioned it as a launch pad. What I was referring to is simply your power, and it gives you a power stance. But it also gives baby a resting position, so you can comfortably rest your baby bump down on your lap. Okay, so I know, I hear you breathing. I know, the struggle is so real. 5, 4, 3, 2, and we made it, but we have one more thing to do. Burning out the shoulders here with our pull-aparts. We go in 5. Legs are up next, so let's give the arms a run for their money, shall we? Here you go, pulling apart. Making sure that you are pulling across the space between your bump and your breastbones, and then, or you can go above, right to the upper torso. Just anywhere where you feel like you're avoiding the pain in the neck. Okay, ladies, last 10 seconds. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Breathe through it. 4. Big exhales here. 2, and 1. Amazing. Oh, drop the band. Shake it out. We move into the legs next. Awesome. Your prenatal workout is not complete without a balance challenge, right? Everything when you're pregnant is a bit of a balance challenge, but we're gonna work that balance on purpose today, really slow and steady. We're gonna start with a curtsy lunge to a knee drive. Our right leg is gonna be in the front. Make sure you have no tripping or slipping hazards around you. All right, so we're gonna take our left leg, step it back as if we're going into a lunge, but we're gonna pop it over to the right, squeeze the inner thighs together. It's a weird move at first if you're not used to it, and you're gonna drop both knees down to 90 degrees. Okay, you're gonna come up out of that lunge and lift the knee. This is the balance challenge. Squeeze the glute of the right leg as hard as you can, and then you're just gonna repeat. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. As many reps as you can do in a minute. Taking your time, inhale and then exhale, push. Now this one especially, you're not held to any pace that any of us are doing up here. The helpful thing to do is instead of watching us, find a spot downward and outward in front of you that's not moving. So if you focus on that point that's not moving, it'll help stabilize you. Keeping those hips nice and squared, meaning if you had a mirror in front of you, you could see both hips equally. Good. Love that Joanna's using those running arms. Anything that you need to do to kind of help stabilize you, keep you moving. Already feeling that burn come into the right leg here. Squeeze the right glute to the top. You have 5 more seconds. We're gonna go right to the other side, no break. 3, 2, 1. Done. Okay, place the left foot down. You can do a quick shake. Try to find that curtsy lunge on the other side. Squaring off the hips, bending both knees. Make sure, ladies, you can begin here. When you're lunging, make sure that that front knee is not shooting past the front toes. So I can't see you, but you can see your leg. So you look down every once in a while. Make sure when you lunge, there's a vertical drop from your ankle up to your knee, or the other way around, right? The knee to the ankle. Okay, so we have 25 more seconds. As I'm talking you all through this workout, I'm realizing that workout brain is a real thing, right? You start so focused and fiercely connected to that burn that I'm feeling in my body. Really nice, everybody. Squeeze the left glute as you stand up, really opening that hip up to the side as you drive the knee. 5, 4, we go back to the right leg. 3, 2, and strong finish. Good, right side. Last time each leg. Curtsy, try to really make that transition with as little break as possible. Now watch, ooh, right? I go over to the side a little bit. I just correct my course. Try not to let those little wavers in your balance, the shakes, the really imperfection of it all. Sometimes it doesn't have to be about being perfect. It's about being prepared for something harder that you're going to do later on down the road. So whatever happens now in this workout, anything that throws you off a little bit, shake it off, laugh it off, get right back in the game. 5, 4, got to keep moving forward. 3, 2, and 1. Good, right to the second side, left leg in the front. Last round here. Whew. Now, as slow as we're going, right, we're really building that burn. You think that faster is better, but really that's a mind trip. That's an ego trip, really, right? The feeling of check it off, get it done. The faster I get it done, the more intense the workout's gonna be. But when you're pregnant, slow and steady is the name of the game. Your heart rate will go up. The intensity will build. Pacing yourself for the long haul. Okay, so we're coming into the last 20 seconds here. Really nice, everybody. Stay focused on that point that you've chosen and the breath supporting you as you push. 10 more seconds. Coming into the last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. We're gonna come right down to the mat. Second balance challenge is called a bird dog. So we're coming into that all-fours position. Find yourself in a neutral spine. You can do a quick cow and cat just to find that in-between place of neutrality. You're gonna take your right leg back behind you. We did this in the beginning of the workout. We did warm up for this, right? So hold the glute in place. If you're ready for the balance challenge, you're gonna take the left arm out in front of you. Really press into the right hand as much as possible. Ground down through the heel of the right hand and the knee of the left leg. Reaching out. Beautiful, everybody. We're gonna hold here. Breathe here. Stay here. Root yourself down and rise up here for another 5. 4. Where's that abdominal breath? Find it, reconnect to it. 3, 2, 1, and switch. Go right to the other side. I am sweating this out right with you. So left leg up, squeeze the glute, reach the right arm out. Really nice, everybody. So find that length through your right fingertips, like laser pointers right in front of you. Find length through the left heel, but find your ground through the left hand and the right knee. Keep holding. How we doing, ladies? Good. Good. I hear that struggle in your voice. I love it. Sorry, not sorry. Press the fingers of the left hand down and spread them out like a suction cup underneath of your palm. Push it into the ground. 5 more seconds. Come on, stay here. Breathe here. Lift here. 3, 2, 1 more time each side. We're almost there. We're coming to the push, to the finish line right after this. Great job, everybody. Keep holding. Find that length and strength in the right arm. Find length and strength even through the leg, the top half of the leg of the left side. Lift, reach with each inhale, with each exhale. Keep holding, keep breathing. You've got just 5 more seconds here, 4 more seconds here. Keep that focus fierce. 3, 2, and 1. All right, switch sides. Woo, last time around, left leg out, squeeze that left glute, reach the right arm out, laser pointers, laser focus. So, even as you're holding your body, even as you're holding tension in your body, let that breath be so relaxed and non-reactive. Non-reactive mind, non-reactive breath. right? So we don't take that breath up in intensity. We just keep it nice and fluid, in deeply and out long. Squeezing the tension in the body, but not holding and restricting that breath. 5 more seconds, 4 more seconds. Reach for it. 3, 2, and 1. Feel free to push back to a child's pose or a frog-like pose here, just to like, right, move on from that balance challenge. So we move to the finish line. We push to the finish line after this. Grab a sip of water, shake it out. Let's get it done. All right, so our final push here, our push to the finish line. We're gonna do a muscle endurance run for the legs, our push muscles, getting nice and worked. So one thing we wanna think about when we're working our push muscles is we wanna work every angle of the legs, except to prepare for the push, we wanna release the inner thighs. So we're gonna practice that with something called a block, drop, squat, drop. And so what we're gonna do is take our block or a blanket rolled up or a firm pillow, anything you've got at home will work. You're gonna take the block, like we did with the planks, between the inner thighs, up in the fleshy part of the inner thighs. We're gonna drop into a chair pose. So let's all meet here. I'm gonna put 3 minutes on the clock, starting now. So ready or not, our final push is here. So you can reach forward initially during pregnancy if you're trying for chair pose. I always find it more helpful to have the arms down a little bit in line with the shoulders. You can even pull it back with the elbows, like a downhill skier. Sometimes that helps really pull the posture into place. Hug around the block with your knees, not literally, but you wanna kind of have that wrapping sensation. When I say drop the block, you're gonna separate your feet about as wide as your mat, keep the feet parallel, and you're gonna drop a little bit lower in your squat. Watch us for the first round. Ready, ladies, set, and drop the block, drop the squat. So your block drops, hopefully it doesn't go too far. So you're gonna look for it. Oh, there it is. You're gonna grab for it again. We're gonna place that block right between the inner thighs and squeeze again. Okay, we are sailing through this 3 minutes. So find your comfort zone in this discomfort zone, right? This uncomfortable position. That's always the aim of a prenatal strength training workout that's preparing you for labor and birth. All right, so we drop as low as we can in this chair pose, sitting into our heels. Round 2 of a block, drop, squat, drop. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Drop the block, drop the squat. Drop a little bit lower. Release the inner thighs. Give the knees a little wobble. Grab that block. Ready for round 3. Woo! Okay, here we go. So we are at that halfway point. That's the good news. 90 more seconds to go. If you're feeling your back at all here, you can always adjust your chair pose squat by lifting up a little higher. You can also just take a break. I mean, own it, right? This is your workout. And this goes for being in the delivery room as well. If you need to change your position to get comfortable, please do it. Own that. All right, ready for our next round. Drop the block in 3, 2, and 1. Drop the block, drop the squat. Good. Really try to keep those feet parallel, dropping into the heels. 1 more minute to go. Let's pick up that block. Squeeze it between the inner thighs. I know you're feeling these push muscles. Woo, let's drop into that chair pose, reaching forward, keeping the back neutral. So you can let the baby rest on the block a little bit here. You don't need to be drawing in and rounding that lower back. Okay, feeling okay? Let's pull the shoulders back a little bit. Okay, so our last 30 seconds, we're gonna drop the block. Ready, set, and go. Drop the block, drop the squat. Oh, the legs are seizing up on us a little bit. Okay, so this is where it counts the most. This is where we make the most progress. It's when it hurts the most, when we're up against the biggest challenge, when it seems impossible to keep going. Let's keep going. For another 10, we got this. 9, 8, 7, stay with it. Stay with me, you got this. 4, breathe through it. 3, 2, and 1. Now push up through the glutes, squeeze a little bit, and just circle the hips around. Ooh, yeah, like really take your time coming out of that. And then circle the hips in the other direction. Slight bend to the knees here. You don't want to come out of something like that, holding that tension in the body and jump right back into normal life. Give yourself some transition time. And keep that in mind wherever you are in your pregnancy. If you're close to baby's B-day, give yourself permission to transition. in as much time as you need to get yourself back to a feeling, a semblance of relaxation in the body. You just put your body through the paces. All right, so shake and shimmy those hips side to side a little bit. Okay, really nice work, ladies. We're gonna come down for a very quick cool down and stretch. So bring yourself back down to the mat. Whew. Okay, so getting rid of that block if it's there. Coming back into tabletop position. We move through cow and cat just a couple more times. Again, taking your time. Inhale and lift the gaze. Let the baby nestle downward. Exhale, catch the baby. Acknowledge the baby for being along for the ride today. Stretch that back out, especially after 3 minutes in a chair pose and a low squat. Inhale, lift the gaze and the tailbone. So beautiful. To feel the sweet relief of having completed your workout. It's the best workout, right? The one that's done. The one that you've already done. Moving on with your day, let's do one more cat pose, rounding the back. When you come back into neutral, find a child's pose of your choice to finish out your workout. Again, if you have lower back pain of any kind, leave a little bit of space between your hips and your heels. Walk the hands forward and let it all go. Let any tension that you're still holding on to, any fight that you're still holding on to, let it roll off your back. Let it roll down your arms, off of your fingertips, onto the floor, and you're going to leave it there when you walk away from this workout. Start to walk your hands back and come into a comfortable seated position of your choice. In this upright position, roll the shoulders back a few times. And take a few cleansing breaths. Palms up or palms down, whatever feels right to you right now. Place your hands in front of your heart, Anjali Mudra, bowing to yourself and your baby as I bow to you for showing up to do this work today. Namaste.